With that down, let's move on to main topic number 2. And our second main topic today gets submitted to us by Devin Shuster, who writes, "Hello, John. Did you see that Regal Cinemas has decided to just close down all of their theaters instead of the 50% capacity thing they were talking about? Looks like AMC has also taken further steps by limiting any theater audience to just 50 people, not just 50%, but 50 people. As a matter of fact, we'll talk about this in a minute. AMC has also just announced that they are shutting down indefinitely. Do you think this is an overreaction on Regal's part, or do you think AMC will follow suit? Thanks, and stay safe, everyone." All right, thanks a lot for writing that in, Devin. And listen, this has been a topic that has been evolving every day. The topic of what do the movie theaters do? Now, this came up like over a week ago when the situation wasn't as serious as it is today. What do the movie theaters do? Step one was they made an announcement, Regal and AMC, that they were going to limit capacity in their theaters to 50%. But then we also had a lot of the new releases that were coming announcing that they were pushing off their releases. So there were no new movies to really play. So then AMC says, we're actually going to reduce it even more than 50%. We're going to max it out at 50 people per theater. Doesn't matter if it's a 500-seat theater. We're maxing it out 50 feet per theater. And then Regal took to their social media and made the following announcement, which was what a lot of people thought was inevitable. Regal announces closure of all theater locations starting Tuesday, March 17th. That's today. As a precaution amid the current circumstances, all theaters will remain closed until further notice. Please check back soon. We look forward to serving you again as soon as possible. Hot on the heels of that announcement, AMC then literally, it felt like minutes. It wasn't just minutes, but it felt like just minutes after AMC announced that they were going to just 50 people per theater. AMC also announced that they were closing their theaters for 1 to 3 months. Now, basically that means who knows how long it's going to be closed. They could open it up anytime they want. But right now they're saying 1 to 3 months that their theaters are going to be closed. This is something that was inevitable and makes sense. When we're talking about needing social distancing right now, having a whole bunch of people, like anything over a dozen people, put together in one room together, it might not be the best idea. But Rob, it seems to me too that the decision was kind of taken out of the hands of AMC and Regal in the fact that nobody really wants to go to the theaters right now. And on top of that, there's no new movies to play in theaters right now. They just had a better than I expected weekend, lowest weekend in 20 years, but the theaters still made $55 million this weekend, which was more than I thought. But you know it's just going to drop from there. So it also kind of seems like they were in a position where they had really no other choice than to do this. And it probably makes sense. Rob, you hear about Regal and AMC both taking the steps, amongst other theater chains as well, to just, you know what, we're just going to shut it down from now. What's your reaction?
Well, I think it was inevitable. It's not just theaters, it's all public gatherings. And, when you go to the movie theater, you walk up to the counter to buy your popcorn, to get your soda, whatever. And if everybody's going there, the point of all of this, and I think, I see articles about how young people don't seem to care because obviously they're not in the groups that have the highest risk factors. People who might not come down with the virus or have a mild case are still transmitters. And you have to stop. The only way to stop this kind of thing is to stop people from congregating in one place. And I think, look, I've been surprised and sort of happy about the reactions that our government has had. Certainly our own city here, my own city of Pasadena, shut everything down yesterday. No restaurants aside from takeout, no public gatherings. You can't go to the gym. All of that stuff. It needed to happen. And like you said, with no new movies coming out, I think in a way it protects these businesses in the long run. Sure, are they going to have to weather the storm? Are the employees going to have to weather the storm? Yes. But to have movie theaters open and just precipitously losing more money every week would be even worse, I think. So by shutting down, everybody knows what's up. Everybody understands. And this way, I think it's better for the business in the long run to then be just limping along. It'd be like an airplane losing fuel. Are you going to make it to the airport? But if you just land the plane right now, wherever you are, you're not going to crash in mid-flight. So yeah, I think it's a good thing.
And, you know, I started getting emails and messages from a lot of our viewers who work in movie theaters and things like that, and obviously very bummed out. This is going to affect them. I mean, on the one hand, a couple of them writing to me understand the situation. They're like, I mean, hey, do I really want to be in that environment right now? Maybe it's safer for me to not be there, but at the same time, now I don't know where my check's coming from. But there has, again, some of them said, actually, our theaters are still going to pay us for the next few weeks, which is actually really good of some theaters to do. So it's an interesting, far-reaching circumstance, but it is probably ultimately for the best. You know, I've been saying for a long time, as much of a pain in the ass this whole thing is for a lot of people, the sooner we take extreme measures, the sooner we get this BS behind us. You know, and the weaker we respond right now, the longer and more drawn out this thing is going to be. So here's hoping that steps like this by the movie theater chains and others are going to be something that actually gets people back on their feet even sooner. That's the hope at any rate. Question here is, guys, what do you make of this? Regal and AMC shutting the things down. Is it really all for the best, and was it ultimately inevitable? Maybe you thought they were going to stay open longer. What do you guys think? Jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right.